Once upon a time, in a small village, there was a sweet young girl known for the red hood she always wore. That's why the villagers called her Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother asked her to take a basket of food and gifts to her grandmother, who lived on the other side of the forest. Her mother warned her not to stray from the path and to go straight to Grandma's house because the forest could be dangerous. Little Red Riding Hood promised her mother she would be careful. She put on her red hood, took the basket, and began her journey through the forest. But the forest was alive with sounds and creatures, and Little Red Riding Hood was curious. As she walked through the forest, she encountered the big bad wolf. The wolf, with his cunning eyes, asked her where she was going. Innocently, Little Red Riding Hood told him about her sick grandma and that she was bringing her some goodies. The wolf got an idea and devised a plan. He advised Little Red Riding Hood to pick some beautiful flowers for her grandma and pointed to a field of colorful flowers just off the path. Little Red Riding Hood thought it was a great idea to cheer up her grandma and went to pick the flowers. Meanwhile, the wolf hurried to Grandma's house. When the wolf arrived at the house, he knocked. The feeble voice of Grandma told him to come in. The wolf barged in, tied up Grandma, and locked her in the closet. Then he put on one of Grandma's nightgowns, put on her glasses, and got into her bed, waiting for Little Red Riding Hood. When Little Red Riding Hood finally arrived at Grandma's house, she found the front door open. She went inside and walked to the bedroom, where she saw Grandma lying in bed with the covers pulled up to her chin. She noticed that Grandma looked strange. "Grandma, what big ears you have," she said. "The better to hear you with, my dear," the wolf replied. "And Grandma, what big eyes you have," Little Red Riding Hood remarked. "The better to see you with," grinned the wolf. Little Red Riding Hood started to feel uneasy and said, "Grandma, what big hands you have." "The better to hug you with," said the wolf. Finally, Little Red Riding Hood said, "Grandma, what a tremendously big mouth you have." "The better to eat you with," cried the wolf and jumped out of the bed, ready to grab Little Red Riding Hood. Just then, a hunter, who had noticed the wolf's strange behavior, burst into the house. He fought with the wolf and managed to overpower him, saving Little Red Riding Hood. Together they freed Grandma from the closet. The wolf was driven away, and Little Red Riding Hood promised her mother she would never stray from the path again. She thanked the hunter and returned home with a relieved heart and gratitude, carrying a valuable lesson with her.